Hey Libra, happy birthday, my dear friend. I am so glad that you're here with me right now, celebrating your birthday, celebrating the fact that you're alive at this moment in time, and there's no accident there. And the readings have been so sweet. I've been doing daily love transmissions, and the cards that are coming forward that affirm, reaffirm, and reaffirm the love that the Creator has for us have been deeply moving. So check those out. But today, this is all about you. I've already shuffled. I'm going to cut. I'm going to use 3 oracle cards and do 3. Oh, look at that card right in the middle. This is a special card. It should not be in this deck. So I'm just going to set it aside, and I'm going to use it for a bonus part of this reading. I love when stuff like that happens. Here's our tarot deck, and you can see it is one of my tarot cards that got itself over into that other deck. So let's pull 3 of these cards first for our oracle. And first we have observe. And then we have strengthening bonds. And this card is right on the edge, so I'm going to pull it. And we have refusing to see. So sometimes we do readings for the past, the present, and the future days, and all of that. I'm just going to kind of go free form today as I pull these cards and tell the story as it occurs to me while I watch the cards develop. And it does seem like there is. I'm going to put this is at the bottom of the deck from that other. I love how that light is on there. I'm going to play with that, the reflection today. But the bottom of the deck, well-deserved reward, well-deserved reward. So my dear Libra, what's been going on with you? Let's see what that well-deserved reward is all about. And I'm going to pull the tarot cards 1 card at a time. We're starting with observe. And what is it that we have for our Libra friends? There's 1. What do our Libra friends need to know about this observe card? 3 eager cards. Grateful for that. Set those aside. Wait, did I see 3? I only see 2. Okay, here's the 3rd. All right, observe. And we have the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Swords. So your mind has been very busy, hasn't it? And the King of Swords. Okay, so what's been going on for you is you've been way in your head. Okay, so whatever your circumstances are that might be draining you a little bit, whatever's going on in your life that you feel is draining you, the first message is all about observing how much of your time and energy you are spending in your head. Okay, notice this light shining at the heart. When you're too much in your head, it looks like life is upside down. See the figures? It's like you're looking in the mirror and through the looking glass with Alice in Wonderland. It's a different world. Something is throwing you off and you're feeling it's hard. And Libra, trust me, I have Libras and that I know and love dearly. I have a lot of Geminis and Aquarius in my life. There's a lot of air signs. And it is normal for you to be in your head. You feel more comfortable when things are logical and you can see through them. Unfortunately, that's not true for all of your human experience. And when it comes to emotions, being comfortable with other people's emotions and all of that, it's something that you're going to be doing better going forward. There's an end of a cycle happening here, excuse me, with this 10 of Swords. She's walking out of a dark time into the light, and she's considering allowing all of the negative thinking, the blaming, the fault finding, and the anger and the frustration. She's considering releasing them, but she's just a bit unsure. The winds of change are here. What she really needs, what you need, my dear Libra, is resting your mind. Have you considered meditation? Have you ever tried tapping? Any somatic exercise, yoga, and certainly physical fitness with intention can release some of what's bothering you and make it possible for you to rest. Spirit wants to help you master your thoughts, to turn your thoughts on purpose into more positive and nurturing, self-nurturing thoughts. I can't help but look ahead to this figure who's walking into the light. This light is at the heart, and here strengthening bonds is coming next, because sometimes, Libra, you can become upset with part of yourself. You can feel like you're messing up and you're not doing it right, and you can't help your nature, and you're intellectually gifted and strong. But to be a master of the thoughts means to hold balance. Okay, so let's move these over and let's pull some cards for this strengthening bonds. Let's see what we have. What is this card? What is the story? Oh, okay. And I love, immediately I see the colors coming together and matching, right? And there's a lot of red, which is the root chakra. So there is something that's going on that's been with you since your childhood. It may have been necessary for you to grow up quickly, where the grown-ups in your life were not acting very grown up and you had a lot of responsibilities. Could be that's what's been going on here. Okay, beautiful cards for you. Okay, so observing, becoming aware is what I'm talking about, true for you. If not, it's okay, because it's a reading for the collective Libra. But if you can relate to this feeling of being split, like you don't get something, or people don't get you, and you observe, how often are you in your thoughts? Because your thoughts are stealing your joy, okay? Your thoughts, it's not the problem that's bothering you. It's how you think about the problem, and it's the story you tell about the problem that's hurting you. We're going to do tapping right after this reading, so stay tuned, and we'll give you an example of how you can change the story about what's been going on, okay? I love that she's flipped direction. Instead of the figure coming toward us, now she's walking away. Gender does not matter for this reading. It's just important to realize that you have agency. You can choose to release your thoughts, to start a practice of releasing the negative thoughts. You are between two emotional cards here. One is reminiscing. Was there some stories? Were there some stories in your childhood? Some of the actions, the circumstances, and the players in the story of your growing up years. Some were great, some were not. And this Nine of Cups showing a wish fulfilled. So I feel really excited for you for October, because I think you've gotten to a point where you do want to get in between those thoughts. Give yourself a minute of rest, all right? The strengthening bond that we're seeing here is between you and you, taking the heart and the mind and melding them together in a new way. How? Well, by following the light. Okay, right now I'm doing, every single day I'm putting out a divine love transmission. I highly recommend that you take a peek at those. They're readings all about God's love, the Creator's love being delivered to us on the regular. And I would love for you to have them, like Vitamin L, Vitamin Love. Watch those little readings and pull that wisdom into yourself, because these are messages straight from the heart, all right? All of this light coming out here is so hopeful for me, that when I look at you and what the decisions that have been torturing you, you're tired of it also, and you really do want to have balance in your emotions, okay? We have been disappointed and disillusioned by humans. You wouldn't be normal. You wouldn't be a human if that didn't happen. But at this point, in this time, in this point of time, you're being called to move on from too much thinking, okay? Refusing to see, what is that all about? Refusing to see. Well, before I even pull the cards, what I see is that you always have a choice. Right now, if as you're hearing this message, you're thinking to yourself, no, Catherine, you don't understand my problem. You don't know what I'm going through right now. True enough, this is a collective reading. But if you feel sure that you need to depend on your intellect, go ahead. All right, go ahead, because you have the ability to refuse to see how your thinking is disturbing your peace of mind. All right, but then you might show up on the reading for November, or any of the other readings. You might show up and think, okay, wait a second. Back in October, I remember this reading, because your intellect is exhausted. Remember this card from over here with the girl in the nest. I mean, your brain is tired of thinking all the stuff that you want to put into it. So let's take a look. Refusing to see. What do we need to see? And we have the Queen of Swords. Boy, oh boy, you've got a battle going on, my dear Libra. Okay, and there he is, King of Cups. Fantastic. Now this is an interesting couple here, isn't it? The King of Cups, so the Master of Emotions, and the Queen of Ice, and the King of Pentacles. Oh gosh, this is so good. Let me just move this over. So Libra, these two kings represent, I'm going to say, angelic energy that's coming in to help you. King of Pentacles is the master of the material world. When it comes to professional, successful, nurturing, and knowing how to deal with people, like managing people, very charismatic, and of course connected to money. And then here we have the King of Cups, who is unwavering in his ability to shine radiant love. He doesn't even need to talk. He enters a room and people feel the warmth of who he is. So you are going into a thaw, all right? This Queen of Swords, I love this card. Look at the bottom of the card. See the cup? That's the emotions in jail, right? So we put the light on top of that cup, because as you become more emotionally knowledgeable, right? A Libra with feelings, a Libra with a heart. And I don't mean to be dismissive. It's just that as an air sign, you have a lot of airy, thoughtful energy that can be your own worst enemy. But the universe is here cheering you on. What I think you're refusing to see is that you have help. You don't have to do this alone. Now you can see he's looking down at these two kings. Maybe what you're refusing to see is that your inner self, your future self, is ready to submit, is ready to surrender to the spiritual work that needs to be done. All right. So at the end of the day, we have our last card over here that was in the wrong deck. So let's pick it and see what the last card is, and then we're going to jump in and do some tapping. It's a real challenge for you this month to catch yourself when you're being overly intellectual, or if one of your beloved friends says to you, you're always in your head. Instead of wanting to pinch their head off, take it in, because they're probably seeing something in you that you're not able to see. Oh gosh, we have the Hanged Man showing up. So what this is showing us is this is a purposeful pause. This is a chosen posture. It's a choice to check out. All right. This couldn't be a better card for you to simply consider if these cards reflect your current situation. If you're exhausted, troubled, and you have a challenge that's hard to deal with, chances are you're in your head, and we are intended to be balanced beings. This is a sign of great balance and a sacred pause. All right. So let me put that light right on her head. I play with my light, and let's do some tapping. So I'll have you tap on the side of your wrist, side of your hand, just like this, and repeat after me. Even though Catherine doesn't know what it is I'm dealing with. And it's easier said than done to release my thinking about this issue. There's a part of me that's curious. And even though that's an inner conflict, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though there's a part of me that does need to rest, there's a part of me that wants to let go of things. There's another part of me that feels it would be irresponsible and scary. And even though that's a major conflict for me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And even though a part of me is refusing to see this, because people do tell me I'm in my head, there's another part of me that's hungry for change. And I accept that conflict within me and love myself as I am. Excellent. Now you can tap your wrists together if you want, or go through the tapping points. On the eyebrow point, there's a part of me thirsty for change. Side of the eye, here it is, my birthday again. Underneath the eye, and some of the issues are remaining the same. Underneath the nose, I guess there's a chance that I have been refusing to see. Chin, it's not comfortable for me to see others in high emotion. Collarbone, it makes me anxious. Rib point, I don't feel confident. Underneath the arm, I like depending on my thoughts. Top of the head, I know I can get a little obsessive. Eyebrow, and I have been accused of being analytical. Side of the eye, so what? Underneath the eye, it's worked for me so far. Underneath the nose, or has it? Chin, I don't want to deny anymore. Collarbone, I do have deep longings. Rib point, I long for stability. Underneath the arm, balance. Top of the head, and abundance. Eyebrow, I choose to accept, side of the eye, that I could use a little support. Underneath the eye, because I do want to grow beyond. Underneath the nose, my current level of living. And the chin, I am open and available for change. Collarbone, with the divine's assistance. Rib point, I can raise my game when it comes to emotions. Underneath the arm, I'm sure there's a YouTube for that. Top of the head, I choose to nurture and support myself. I choose to spend my birth month receiving love. wherever it comes from. Okay, good. Now on the center of the chest, take a breath. And repeat after me. I release to the cellular level any old vows or promises that I've taken that are no longer serving me and holding me back. I release to the core of my being any hesitation to seeing the truth. I release myself from the fear of seeing the truth about my personality. I'm ready to strengthen the bonds with myself. Good. One more. I release to the cellular level any self-doubt, self-criticism, or lack of self-respect, and I let them go. I no longer need them to protect me. I am free. Good. Now lay your hand on your chest, right where your palm can rest on where you were tapping, and take a couple breaths as if your palm was breathing right into your heart. Good. And then repeat after me. I am so happy and grateful now that I understand the promise of giving up too much thinking. I am so grateful and relieved now that I understand I am spiritually supported to mature and nurture my emotions. Good. And one more. I am over the moon with joy and super grateful now that my heart is coming in to meet my mind, and they are strengthening the bonds between them. Excellent. Shake out your hands and wrists. Welcome to tapping. If you would like to have a full reading where I read cards and we can do tapping, I do it live and by recording. It's all on my website, manifestfaster.com. I would love to read for you. And so keep me in your mind when you're needing a reading. Okay, so go forth and prosper. Happy birthday to you, Libra. And please do visit me on my love transmissions. I think you'll find them really enlightening for you. Bye now.